Chung, your go-to for all things marketing, mindset, and manifestation. I grew my online business from 0 to beyond 6 figures in 8 months. My purpose is to empower women to step into the highest, most aligned versions of themselves. If you are ready to take charge of your life, learn how to design a wildly successful business, and leave limiting beliefs behind, you've come to the right place. You will learn the actionable tips and step-by-step strategies on money, manifestation, and social media. It's time to step into your role as boss, to raise your vibration and tap into your unlimited potential today. Welcome to the Social Reset Podcast. So today we are going to be talking about holding the energy when you don't see results happening. So what does holding the energy even mean? To me, holding the energy is allowing yourself to stay consistently in the vibration, in the frequency of it is here. It is happening. It's happening right now. Instead of going down the rabbit hole of this is never going to happen. I should have never started this, right? Like really letting yourself fall into the spiral that can happen when sometimes we don't see the results in the timeline that we want or as quickly as we think it should happen. So the first thing I want to talk about is these self-imposed limitations that we've created around time, around deadlines. A lot of us, when we are setting goals, we attach a timeline to it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I've done that, right? I do that a lot. I set like yearly goals. I set monthly goals. There's nothing wrong with attaching deadlines to it. But sometimes what happens when we do that is we get so attached to this deadline that we make it mean something about us when we don't reach it within that time frame. And the most important thing is allowing yourself to be as neutral as possible. And I know that that's hard because business is personal, right? And it is your baby. It is something that you pour your heart and your soul into. And so it can be really hard to create that detachment. It can be really hard to be in a place of neutrality. But when you allow yourself to step into your power and release just enough so that you're not holding tightly and constricting the flow of energy, but rather releasing the how. And you might even be able to feel when your body does this, right? You might feel like a tightening. You might feel like it's hard to breathe. It might feel really heavy, right? So that's another thing I want to talk about is checking in with your body and listening and looking for bodily sensations when you are holding the energy. So say that you're in the middle of a launch and it's not going as well as you expected and there's still a week left, right? It's not done yet. It's not, it hasn't wrapped up yet. You're just somewhere in the middle where you've got a couple of days left of the launch and you start feeling like, oh, more people should be signing up. What do I do? Did I completely fail? It's so easy to go down that mind spiral of like, should I just like cancel it all together? Should I do this? Should I offer refunds? Like your brain goes to this place of almost, it like wants to protect you from that ultimate result of maybe this just isn't happening, right? Or maybe, I'm going to protect myself. I feel like the worst is going to happen. And so I'm just going to like call it failed before it's even actually there. And again, like as I'm saying this and as you're hearing this, you're probably being able to recognize like these are all just thoughts, right? The actual circumstance of the situation, the actual reality of it is that you got a couple of signups and it wasn't the number that you wanted to hit. And then your brain makes it mean something about you as a business owner and about you as a coach and about who you are, right? Like, oh, I should have never done this. I'm not cut out for this. People don't want what I have to offer, right? We are the ones that assign meaning to these things that are happening, right? How many signups we have versus how many we didn't have, how many people are signing up a day, right? Like how many people are responding to your offer, to your content. It's not just launches. It's just like you showing up in general. And that leads to us creating these stories that aren't even real. They're just stories created by our own minds. And so I want to bring that to your attention because you can catch when your mind starts to do this. And the beautiful thing about it is you don't have to listen to what your brain is telling you. Your brain is always going to be in survival mode, wanting to keep you safe and wanting to keep you in this place where you essentially take no risks and nothing bad ever happens. You just stay under your covers in bed with the doors locked forever inside your home. Like, that's what your brain would love for you to do. But in order to grow a business, it's going to push you to the limits. It's going to push you to places where you don't feel comfortable. You feel very raw and open and exposed and transparent, and it's very scary sometimes. But those are the moments, and they do get easier. Those are the moments where you experience so much growth, and not just growth, but you experience all of the learning lessons and tools that you need in order to do something different, in order to show up a different way in the future, right? Or even just have the experience that you can coach your clients on it. Like, there's so much that comes with putting yourself out there and doing the scary thing that we don't think about or talk about enough. And I think that it's a very important first step to understand is when you're holding the energy is being aware of what your brain is telling you versus what you want to believe, and being aware of stories that you're creating inside your brain that just aren't true, and that you get to decide who you are and how you show up as that person. So that's exactly the next thing that I want to talk about is you are deciding who you want to become, the business owner you want to be, the person you want to be, right? In every single area of your life, you have the ability to decide who you are, right? And who you want to become. Like, every single one of us, when we're setting goals, when we're setting manifestations, we're setting them because we're not there yet. There's a place or a feeling that we want to experience, a person we want to be, things we want to do, that we're not there yet. That's why we call it a goal. It's why we call it a manifestation. So the first thing that I do is get really clear on the why. Like, what is reaching this goal, reaching this manifestation, reaching this version of myself going to do for me? What is it going to do for the community around me? What is it going to do for the vibration of the universe? How is it going to be raised, right? And I think about that because I believe that if something feels good to you and you feel drawn to it, then that is meant for you, right? It is something that is it desires you as much as you desire it. Like, your manifestations are manifesting you. That's what I believe. And so I believe when you honor that and when you listen to that, the vibration of the world rises because you're in your joy, you're in your pleasure, you're having fun, right? You're allowing yourself to be open to receiving. And that's a really powerful thing, especially for women, those socialized as women. It's a really powerful thing. So being really clear on what is it that you want, and also like what is it that you're going to do with it, right? Getting really clear on when that thing actualizes, when your desire comes into your reality, what are you going to do with it? Like, what is it going to change? What, like, for example, if it's money, right? Like, where is that money going to go? Are you going to save some of it? Is some of it going to help support a cause, maybe locally, or a cause that's on your heart? Are you going to be able to, help pay your parents' bills, or, sign up your kids for like different activities? Like, what exactly are you going to do with that money? And it doesn't have to be super specific. I'm not a specific person. I'm a non-specific manifester in human design. So actually all my arrows point to the right. So I'm very flowy, as you all know. I'm very, very flowy. But I think that sometimes it helps to get specific on key things just so it helps you to visualize it, right? Like, when I think about, when I get this like X amount of money, I can't wait to sign up Alaska for this summer camp that she's going to do that includes like soccer and a bunch of other activities. Like, I could actually see her doing it and like picking her up, and it's her telling me all about it and it being so much fun, right? Or like, we're planning a trip to go to Hawaii this summer, and I can already visualize like, because we've already been to Hawaii once, but I can already visualize like her playing in the beach and the ocean and us going to the pool and like, putting like whole Hawaii Hawaiian flowers in our hair and like having an amazing time, right? So like I can visualize that and tap into that energy. And I get that sometimes it's a little bit difficult to do this if you haven't ever experienced this before. It's like brand new to you. So take little baby steps and do things that will get you in that energy. For example, like if you want to manifest a dream home, go on open house tours. Like even if you can't do it right now, you know that it's not a aligned investment or a priority for you financially right now. That's okay. Just go and do it. And being in the energy of this new home or staying in an Airbnb or a hotel that's really nice, that helps you to call in that manifestation even greater. Or if you want to manifest a car, go and test drive your dream car, right? Like sitting and it'll help you visualize. It'll help you tap into what you want to call in. Okay. So that's really important, is go and do things and have experiences that make it easier for you to visualize and tap into the body sensations and emotions that you would feel when it comes into your reality. Someone just said, oh, it's Nikki. My wallpaper is my kids in Puerto Rico because I'm manifesting another trip ASAP. Yes, that is me. I cannot wait to travel this summer and I'm really excited about it. And that's a beautiful example of allowing yourself to tap into those emotions and allow it to manifest in the way that it needs to. So anything that lets you, like vision boarding is really, really beautiful. Like just the act of it is powerful, but you really want to like step into when you're looking at it, when you're looking at all the places that you want to visit, the things that you want to manifest, like really, really tapping into your emotion. So the way that I do this is in the morning when I first wake up, and then at night right before I'm about to go to bed. I don't know all the science behind this, but I've watched videos and I've listened to podcasts on it and I've read books on it as well, where people will, if I find like a specific science research paper, I can link it in my story, but there's something about your brainwaves that when you are about to go to sleep and when you first wake up, your subconscious mind is like very moldable. And so so you can see this, like if you watch like a really scary movie or you watch like any kind of movie, sometimes you'll dream about that movie. Like if it's really scary, you might have nightmares. If you're having a conversation or watching a movie, like right before you go to bed, sometimes you dream about that. It's because your subconscious mind, or if you're thinking about a person, right, that shows up when you're sleeping in your dreams. It's because your subconscious mind is so moldable at night and in the morning. So this is a really great time to practice affirmations and the ways that you want to show up, and because your subconscious mind is so moldable in that time. So what I like to do is before I go to bed, or like when I wake up in the morning, I might repeat a couple of affirmations, especially if it pertains to something that I might be like stressing out about or something that's going to happen that day. Like I'll say that out loud. I typically, when I wake up, I will say, I'm so grateful to be alive. It means that, I still have a purpose here. Thank you. And I'll name off things that I'm grateful for, because I always want to start with gratitude. I used to wake up with heavy anxiety. Like my heart would be racing. My thoughts would be racing. I would literally have to take deep breaths and meditate to start the day, because I would start off with so much anxiety. I would just think about all the things I need to do that day, all the things I haven't done, all the things that are plaguing my mind. And yeah, that would happen for months. Like I would just wake up and be like, oh my God, another day. I have to do this. I have to do that. So now I've switched it. And I'm so excited, for mornings, and I'm excited to be up and to share. And so what I'll do is I'll tap into my body. I close my eyes and just take a couple deep breaths to ground myself. And then I visualize, the thing that I'm manifesting. So I will see myself there. I will see myself like in my body. Sometimes I'm hovering over it and I can see it. And sometimes I'm in my body and I'm experiencing it. And I just tap into what it feels like. Like, what do I feel when I see that money milestone hit in my bank account or in my Square account before it even hits my bank account? And I see it on the screen. And where am I sitting? Like, I'm sitting here in my living room with my desk in front of me. My laptop is right here. The sky is blue outside, right? I'm like hovering over, I can see it. And then I tap into how it feels in my body. Like, oh my gosh, it just feels so abundant. I feel so excited excited. I feel so lit up. Like, what do I do afterwards? I go and turn on some music on my speaker, and I just have a dance party in my living room, and I just like call in even more abundance. I say thank you to my clients and to the universe and to my guides, and I just like soak that all in. And then of course I'm like smiling, my eyes are closed, I'm visualizing all of this, and I start feeling that in my body while I'm visualizing. I start feeling like that lightness. I start feeling, oh my God, a butterfly literally just flew past my window. That's so funny. I'm like very butterfly vibes today. Okay, the universe must be saying like, you all need to be hearing this message. So yeah, I like feel lightness in my stomach, in my womb, and I just like take it all in. It just feels so good. And that's the way I start my day. And then I ask myself, as this version of myself, to get closer to that goal, what do I do, right? What is the aligned action that I take? And that helps me to decide what do I do versus what I don't do that day, right? Like, for example, if you are, let's see, if you're manifesting a dream home, this is like a pretty easy example. If you're manifesting a dream home and, you wake up and your entire house is really cluttered, you can't even walk around, you're not feeling good in it, right? It's like not your vibe at all. You would wake up and maybe you would start picking things up. Maybe you would start visualizing like what it would be like to be in your dream home. Maybe you would start putting up decorations and moving things around so that you call in more of that vibration, right? Maybe you look up feng shui and you look at the energy of how to place things in your home for the best, most optimal energy. You just start doing things and removing things. Like maybe there are things that are in your house that you've just hoarded for a really long time, and you realize, you know what? I don't need to do this anymore. I do not need to hold on to this anymore. And you remove that from the home. So there are so many ways that you can, and these are just like little tweaks, right? It's literally just getting into the frequency of what you want to call in. What is it that you want to manifest, and being at a vibrational frequency? It's going to look like this, right? Like this frequency is going to be at a certain frequency, and you're going to look like this until you align to that frequency. You're removing things, you're stepping into that person. But this takes time. We constantly compare ourselves to other people's success stories, and we compare ourselves to other people's like chapter 50 when we're on chapter 10. It's like the iceberg effect. We see like the tip of the iceberg, and we don't see like all of the ice underneath the water. We don't see what they've done for years and years, and the experience that they have, and the trial and the errors and the mistakes and the failures and their really, really sad moments, right? Or they feel so disappointed. Like we don't see a lot of that. And as much as people share online, like I try to do as much as I can to share a very raw, filtered, unapologetic version of my story. But even then, there's so many things that I don't share. Even then, there's so many things that my audience doesn't know about what it's like behind the scenes. And so reminding yourself that this takes commitment, right? Seeing the clients that you want, seeing the results that you want in your business really requires you to continue holding that energy with commitment and with allowing yourself to change your thoughts. Like your thoughts need to be in alignment. Your energy needs to be in alignment. Your actions need to be in alignment with this person that you are slowly becoming. And that happens over time. When we're manifesting something and it is in progress, it's on the way to you, it's going to take X amount of time. There are certain lessons you need to learn on the way. There's the person that you need to become through these lessons. There are certain mistakes that you have to make in order to realize what you don't want and what you do want. And that's not to say that you're fucking up. It literally just means that you are aligning to this vibration, to this frequency of having the result that you desire, of having the thing that you want the most. Okay. So that's really, really important, is take some time at night and in the morning, visualizing what you want in your life. And tapping into those emotions, tapping into those bodily sensations, and really look at like, what does this version of myself do and say and wear and look like, right? If you really allow yourself to step into that, I promise you it's going to happen sooner than you think. And when you release, like you don't hold on so tightly, you just have fun, you just enjoy your life, you just pick up different hobbies that you love, you just love yourself, right? It's like when you're calling in a partner, there's so much like sexiness and magneticness when you're just in your power. You're just tapped into your divine feminine radiance and energy to call someone in versus like this need, this desperation, right? That isn't as magnetic as just being in your energy and just allowing yourself to be you and to love yourself exactly where you're at and holding gratitude for where you are while still knowing that you want to evolve and you want to be at a different place, right? So a lot of what holding the energy means, especially when it comes to bringing in clients and working with the people you want to work with, having the money you want to see in your business, it's truly just a matter of being intentional about what you're thinking and doing and saying and making sure that matches up with the version of yourself that you want to become. It gets to be that simple. It's not a super secret code. It is not something that like, it's not as complicated as we make it mean. What makes it complicated is our human brains comparing ourselves to others, thinking we should be further along, making our failures and mistakes mean something about us. That's what makes it complicated. The actual process of manifesting your desires and bringing in these results are not that complicated. We just live in a society where like the microwave isn't fast enough, DoorDash isn't fast enough. We want things instantly and we want them to happen yesterday, right? When you allow yourself to be in the long game instead of the short game, and you allow yourself to detach, you allow yourself to be patient, you allow yourself to just show up as that version of you and truly commit, truly take that aligned steps forward, there's no way that it can't happen. But you have to be the one to consistently tell yourself it's happening. It is here. This version of me, this is who I am, right? You have to consistently do that even when it feels like you don't see the results happening right away, because a lot of the times it's not going to happen overnight. And that's a good thing. Like, we don't want every single thought that we have to manifest instantly. We have some very scary thoughts, right? There are things that we really don't want to happen that we think about sometimes because we're humans. And so there's a buffer in between the time that we're thinking and the time that something actualizes, and luck, that's good for us, okay? So just know when you don't see it right away, it doesn't mean that it's not there and that it's not happening. The waiting period is so underrated. The waiting period is when all of the magic is happening, and you have to believe that the magic is happening. You have to believe that there are things that are happening that you can't see, and it's good that you don't see it. If you knew every single thing and every single deadline and every single, time and how everything was going to happen, you would be so bored. It would be so boring. There would be no climax to anything. There would be no unpredictability. There would be no spontaneity. There would be no celebration, because you would know the time and the date and the strategy and exactly how it happened. It's embracing what you don't know, the unknown, the anxiety, that allows you to have so much fun. It allows you to be exactly who you need to be and learn the lessons you need to learn in order to become the person that you desire to become. It's all happening for you. If you're here on this live or watching this replay, this is your sign that it is happening. You just need to continue holding the energy. I saw this visual the other day of the universe that had hands, apparently, in this image, and it was like holding a human's head, and it was like, trust me, I got this. All you need to do is just manage your mind. Like, oh, that's so good. That is so good, because how often do we let ourselves just spiral out I always say to my clients, worry is just misplaced imagination. If you have the imagination to create the worst case scenario, you have the imagination and the creativity to step into your highest self and visualize the best case scenario instead. Okay. If you have the ability to give all of this time and energy into this bucket of worry and stress and all these things that you don't want to happen, you also have the energy to go, well, what if it does work out? What if it does turn out even better than expected? What if I do get everything that I want? And I hold that energy instead, and that I am like so successful and that my success is inevitable, right? Because it's so possible for you. And trust me, I was there at a time where I would wake up and I'd be like, I don't even want to be here. I don't even want to do this. I don't even want to go to work. Like, I don't want. Like, I was constantly complaining. I was constantly in victim mode. Like, I was making everything mean that the world was against me and that I could never be happy. And everyone else found, their life partners and they had these families. And I was a single mom that was like heartbroken and depressed and living alone, and all my friends were just turning 21 and going out to party, and I was just like, oh my God, woe is me, right? Like, I know what it's like to be there. Like, I've definitely been there. And it wasn't until I took full responsibility of my actions, my thinking, my behavior that was creating more lack, more scarcity, more of this victimhood, because I wasn't taking a look at how I played a role in my own suffering. I'm going to repeat that. I wasn't taking a look at how I played a role in my own suffering. And it wasn't until I took full responsibility of all of the actions that had led me to where I was, the good, the bad, right? I didn't try to name it as good and bad. I just looked at it and I didn't blame myself. I didn't blame anyone else. I didn't create shame or guilt around it. It just was. And from there, I was able to create something new. And it took baby steps, and it took a long time for me to get from full scarcity to, now like fully abundant. But it's so worth it, and it gets to happen for anybody. Like, there's nothing more special about me or anyone else that you look up to or listen to that it could happen for them and it can't happen for you. Like, I used to think that about everything. Like, oh yeah, they're just lucky. They're just rich. They just have rich parents. They get to do this. They, whatever. Like, I would always look at other people and think like, yeah, they can do it. Like, I fully believe it for them. But for some reason, like, it's just not available to me. Like, that is crazy to think that like the universe was like, oh, I'm going to make all these beautiful people, but like that one right there, I'm going to make sure that they are like significantly more fucked up. Like, it doesn't work like that, right? Like, absolutely, there are shitty things that happen that we literally can't explain and doesn't make sense. But we have the ability to change our thoughts about whatever is happening. And we have the ability to take different actions and take different steps towards who we want to become. And even if that is a lifelong process, because it is, you have the choice to do that. But it's your choice. It's like no one else's choice but yours, right? So holding the energy, no one else can do that for you. That's something you have to decide that you want so badly that anybody can say anything to you and you're like, nope, I'm good. My success is inevitable. It's the delusion I talk about a lot. Like, this delusion of being a business owner is unmatched. Like, everyone told me I was crazy when I wasn't going to look for a full-time job and I was looking to build my own coaching business. And I was a single mom, had no money in the bank, spent all of my money on coaching in the very beginning. I invested everything I had in savings in my first coach. Everyone thought I was crazy. My mom was like, she literally called me. She's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I just believe so deeply. I just know that this is going to happen for me. I just know that this is my path. This is what I'm exactly going to do. And it's funny because those people want to like check in every other week and go, where's the money? Where's the success? Why is it not happening? See, I told you, go and get a job. Right? It's like, you have to be the one, even in the midst of all of that. You set boundaries if you need to, cut people off if you need to, right? Like, if it's family, like, let them know what's up. Like, I've had to set boundaries. I've had to do my thing, and it's hard, right? It is hard. Not everyone's going to support you. Not everyone's going to understand, but it's because your vision, your magic chose you. Didn't choose them, didn't choose your mom. Your magic did not choose your best friend or, the person from high school that doesn't understand what the fuck you do. Your magic chose you. Your magic chose you for a reason. Your magic chose you as the vessel to be birthed through in this lifetime. okay? And it would be a disservice to all of humanity to not listen to it and to not continue holding the energy, okay? This is the channeled message for you today. I have no idea where this came from. If you're here, it must be for you. If you're listening to this replay, it must be for you. Really take this in. Tonight, before you go to bed, I want you to visualize who you want to become. I want you to ask yourself, what does this person look like? How do I become her, him, them? It doesn't matter, right? What is this visualization that you are stepping into? What does this person do? How does this person talk? How does this person act? Right? And then when you wake up in the morning, I want you to do the same thing. Visualize it, step into your body. How does it feel? Does it feel light? Do you get tingles? Do you feel butterflies in your tummy? Do you feel a rising? How does that feel? I want you to tap into that energy while you're visualizing. And that's how I want you to start your days and end your days. And I want you to message me when you start showing up as a different person, when people start telling you, wow, there's like a glow about you. There's like something about your energy that's like shifting. I want you to come to me and say, Tiffany, it's happening. And I'm going to be like, yeah, it fucking is. And I'm going to cheer you on. Okay. All right. I love you all. I am going to go and eat lunch. Yes. Yay. I love these comments. Diana said, what do you think about digital vision boards? Yeah, I have a digital vision board. I actually haven't made like a real one. No, I have, but it was a long time ago. I don't have one currently right now. So mine are all digital. I like it because I can see it like on my wallpaper or my laptop wallpaper. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if it is digital or it's in person, as long as it's somewhere that you can see it and you can tap into the emotions of it and you take action towards it. That's the only thing that matters. It can be anywhere. It could be in your brain, just visualizing what you want. The most important thing is that you allow yourself to receive it and believe that it is yours and choose those intentional thoughts about your desires, about your manifestations, show up as that person and take action as that person. So that way, this frequency that your manifestation is at and you're coming towards it and you're going like this, right? Sometimes you're in frequency and then you kind of get out of it and then you got to like remove things so that your frequency is fully aligned. And then eventually you're going to be like this and you're going to be fully congruent with it, just like every single other thing that you've manifested in your life, and you get to take full responsibility for it. Okay. Thank you for showing up for this channeled message. I love you all. Mwah! Have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful Monday, and I will catch you later. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe. If this episode resonated with you, please take a screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, and tag me at tiffanychung.co. I truly appreciate interacting with every one of you. Catch you all on the next one.